All right, Shalom. Start first by giving all praise and glories to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and greetings and salutations to the elect and those that help forward the truth and that help the elect. Shalom. I finally got this working. Esau and his punk ass technology trips sometimes. We got to deal with it. So anyway, so basically, what is that shit all about, man? Anyway, this man, it's like ass vibration going around trying to fuck up, uh, putting these videos together and push the truth out. But that just should build brothers' faith that we're getting that much closer. That we're getting that much closer. That Esau has to do anything he can do through his energies, through his punk ass technology, through his demonic devices, his laws, whatever he can do to fuck up the truth and the men of that push this word out, you know, to break our faith, to get us off. And in particularly when I woke up this morning, I had an extra amount of pain this morning. I had pain in my back, knees, legs, headache, you know. I try to eat right. I'm not the best at it, but I try to be in some type of shape. I try to get some cardio and little exercise every once in a while, you know. So it's not that I shouldn't be feeling better or that I should be feeling worse, but I know that these infirmities come because of this truth. You know, this is a test of your spirit to see if you're gonna allow your flesh to defeat you. When we're much more than just this flesh. So I know there's a lot of brothers out there with ailments and that's a little older now, that may have been a little younger when they came into the truth. That's a little older now, and these infirmities starting to hit you. And some of us even that were a little older already and had infirmities that only seem to worsen as time goes on, you know. But this is a video kind of touching on that. I was reading up on it because I was vexed this morning just about a bunch of different stuff on how society's all fucked up, and I still got to get up and deal with this punk ass world in the order that it's in, with all these physical infirmities also. But that's part of the test. That's part of the condition of the battle that we have to deal with in this life. So we take it cheerfully. We call on the name of Yahshua to help us with this, with our infirmities. And these scriptures I want to read here in 2 Corinthians should kind of illustrate that. Then I'll close out. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, "Of such an one will I glory, yet of myself I will not glory, but in mine infirmities, but in my weaknesses." Let's go and check out what this word infirmities is actually saying right here, since we got it. Mine infirmities. Anesthesia, is that what that word is? Asthenia. Let me see what it says here. It's a strong G769, Asthenaya, which says want of strength, weakness, infirmity of the body, its weakness, its native weakness and frailty. That goes into the chains of darkness. We were given these weak ass bodies because as Israelites, we're supposed to have glorious bodies. But I mean, stronger bodies than these. But when as time broke down, when you read in Genesis, he gave us these weaker bodies, to serve this punishment within. But in the kingdom, we'll get the glory, which is these extraterrestrial bodies that won't have weakness and pain and sickness and all of that stuff. Reading on, it says its native weakness and frailty, feebleness of health or sickness. Yeah, we go through that all day, feebleness of health and sickness. I particularly woke up with that this morning. Of the soul, that also I woke up with. It says, want of strength and capacity requisite to understand a thing, to do things great and glorious, to restrain corrupt desires, to bear trials and troubles. That's exactly what we hope for. Those are mental weaknesses of the soul and of the body. We want those things. You see, you look at our people today and you see they need those things. Physical help of their infirmities and of their spirit and soul. The weaknesses of their soul. You know? It says, let's see if there's anything else. By implication, malady, I guess that's the word, morally, frailty, disease, infirmity, sickness, weakness. Let's see what this says down here. Come on, man. Native weakness, frailty, feebleness of health, sickness. See, this is the rest of this entry. Yeah, I guess that was, here we go. B, it says, the weakness of human nature, to denote, to do things great and glorious as one of human wisdom, of skill in speaking, in the management of men, to restrain corrupt desires, proclivity to sin, the various kinds of proclivity. I guess that's what the word is. It looks like proclivity. That's what I would call it. The mental states in which this weakness manifests itself. Right, so let's go back. So those are our weaknesses, man. Whether it's weaknesses in this truth to study, whether it's weaknesses in our physical bodies to be healthy, you know, to do the dietary laws better if we possibly can, or if it's just, you know, whatever we go through, you know, wanting to be better at what you do, you know, recognizing where your weaknesses are and trying to strengthen them. Well, we got to call on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for that. Verse 26, this is 2 Corinthians 12 and 20 and 6. Yeah, 12 and 6. It says, for though I would desire to glory, I shall not be a fool, for I will say the truth. But now I forbear, lest any man think of me above that which he seeth me to be, or he heareth of me. You know, just because this is what we do, we're nothing to glory in. The apostles will be the first to tell you they're only just the men that the Most High chose to do the job that they're doing. It's not that they have a special job to be worshipped for, you know. Yahweh Shai was to be worshipped. He did this life perfectly. That's something worthy worship, you know, as far as worshiping the man upon the earth. But those elders and apostles, they do deserve double honor. Let's not get that misconstrued of what I'm saying. Those men absolutely deserve double honor. They paved the way and show how corruptible man upon the earth can try to the very best of his ability to live the righteous way. Double honor to those men. Verse 7, it says, and lest I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of revelations, that was given to me a thorn in the flesh. And that's just whatever your the thorn in the flesh is just whatever your weaknesses are. If you have a weakness for women, weakness for candy or sugar or whatever, you know, bad study habits, whatever it may be, you know, and I speak specifically towards myself first, you know, then those are the things that we must try to make our strengths. To the messenger of Satan to buffet me, you know, and that's what it is. And a lot of times that messenger of Satan that buffets you, that beats you up or beats you down, is part of yourself. You know, the battle of the spirit versus the flesh, which is within your soul when they come together. So You and your spirit wanting to do that I do is what I would do is what I do not, and that what I would not is what I do. That which I hate is what I do. You know, to roughly paraphrase that in Romans the 7th chapter, is in the last video I used. You know, I was supposed to be continuing into this video, but anyway. So you know, but a lot of times yourself is who's gonna be your worst enemy. It's gonna be that messenger of the adversary or Satan to jack you up in this thing. It said, lest I should be exalted above measure. For this thing besought I was Salakia. For this I besought the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai thrice, that it might depart from me. He said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. The Most High's strength is made, and our strengths are made perfect in our weakness. Because it's balanced, for one. And for two, when you're incomplete, what do you need to do? Who knows what your incomplete areas are? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai. That's why you pray unto them to make them full, to shore up your weaknesses, to sew those things up and make you, you know. That's why I said, they that be whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. You know, even though we are given the understanding of these mysteries and revelations and prophecies and breakdowns, that don't mean we all got it. You know, brothers got to do the best they can with what they're given. You know, and it's a constant battle to make yourself better. But to be able to have the spirit to do that, you got to call upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai to help you. It says, that's why I said up there, verse 8 again, it says, for this thing I besought the Lord thrice, that it might depart from me. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Yahweh on me. It said, therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses for Yahweh's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Because in those moments when you're weak, that's when the miracles of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai are manifest through you. You know, that's when our true strength and power is shown. Because we know we can't do these things by ourselves. I'm not an eloquent speaker, you know, but when we go to camp, sometimes, you know, wonderful things come out. When you're pushing the word, it be the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai that hops on us. You know, and I believe that goes for a lot of brothers. You know, you don't always know what the precepts are, but guess what? The spirit get on you. You sure find a way to, you know, they sure pop up for you. Let's go back real quick. Because there's another one in here that I wanted. Let's see where that's at. Let's click on that right quick. Okay. 2 Corinthians chapter, 2 Corinthians 11 verse 27. It says, in weariness and in painfulness and watchings often, and in hunger and thirst, and fastings often, and cold and nakedness. Yeah, in all these low moments in our life, the things we have to deal with, when weariness, when we're fatigued and just burnt out and tired, when you're dealing with a lot of pain, you're hungry and thirsty, when you fast because of your weaknesses or the shortcomings, so to speak, when you're cold and when you're uncovered. These are moments when you call upon the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai to help you in those moments. That's who else besides the Israelites, have somebody to call upon when they have these shortcomings, when they come up short in life. You know? That's why the Most High said, if all our people would acknowledge our offenses, turn to the east, and call upon the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, he would get us out of this in an instant. But we know, when you look at the 2/3 and how vexing these niggas are, you know that ain't going to happen that way. Reading on, it says, besides those things that are without, that which cometh upon me daily, the care of all the churches. You know, who is weak, and I am not weak? Who is offended, and I burn not? You know, when the truth is put on a low level, or evil spoken of, it should burn you up. When these niggas go in there and pervert the doctrine and say, well, let's all get along, and people say the mark of the beast isn't the RFID microchip, you know, it's actually an embargo, it's Christianity, it's just not an RFID chip. You know, some of even it's John 3:16, but it's not the mark, it's not the RFID chip. You know, that burns us up. When you see brothers doing bad or getting weak, how are they weak and it don't make you weak? And you feel like, hey, let me help this brother, man. If I got it, so let me help this brother. You know? Let me give him some scriptures to read to build him back up. You know, because if he's not at his full strength, how can I be at my full strength? This is a body. You know? If I have a schism anywhere in the body, if I have a bad elbow and I want to go running, even though I'm not using my arms, is my body going to run the same way as if my elbow wasn't messed up? No, it ain't going to be at full capacity, at full you know, strength. Anyway, reading on, it says, verse 30, it says, if I must needs glory, I will glory in the things concerning mine infirmities. You know, because the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, will strengthen you in those. And there's another script in here somewhere. It's got to be around here. See if I can find it. Let's see where this is at. I'm going to read this one. Yeah, this is Romans chapter 8. Yeah. I'll read up at 24. Let me see if there's a little more. Yeah, I'm going to read up, start at 24. It's Romans 8 and 24. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. Romans 8 and 24 says, for we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why do he yet hope for? If you can see how far a distance of something is coming, what you got to hope for? Hope is an expectation. You know, it leads back to expectation, and you expect something. So what do you need to hope for if you can see it happening? Now, all the prophecies and salvation coming that we do see, it's still invisible to the naked eye. Because World War III could pop off, America can win, because they talking the biggest shit and they the biggest baddest, and it could just be that. None of this has to be true. But through faith and hope, we believe it to be true. And we put all our chips in the basket, or so to speak, or eggs in one basket, however the analogies want to go, you know, to make it real, to make it a reality to us. You know? It says, verse 25, for if we hope for that we see not, then we do with patience wait for it. And the word patience goes back to suffer. We suffer for it. We deal with these, man, I can't wait till I have fresh needs and I'm not hungry and I'm not living in the hood no more and I ain't got to worry about this or that and, you know, whatever those weaknesses and infirmities are, you know. But you have to suffer it. You have to suffer till it shows up. Verse 26, likewise the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities. You know, because the Spirit will show us signs to build up our faith, to make it able. The Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gives us the strength to deal with these infirmities. They give us visions and signs and dreams that allow us to build our faith up and not be so weak and feeble-minded when dealing with these infirmities. When dealing with how long is the prophecy is going to take. When is the Lord coming back? I'm getting weak. I'm getting tired. And then to where some of the niggas then fell out. You know? Well, they didn't build themselves up enough to deal with it. You know? It says, likewise, the Spirit also helpeth with our infirmities. For we know not what we should pray for as ought, but the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. Something, you just be, these niggas, man, I'm sick of this shit. You know, you say that within yourself and you can't utter it yourself. But the Spirit is, you know, within us makes those intercession and groanings for us, because we don't always know what to pray for. We may not see the primitive thing that's causing all of this problems for us. You know, we may not always see that. So the Spirit itself knows, okay, he's having a problem with this. He's having a problem with that. These three things all lead back to this one original thing, core issue within him. That's what I see that's his issue, and he's trying to get rid of those three things, but he doesn't know that it's this one thing. That's the Spirit that's within us that's able to do that. When you had the Spirit of Yahweh Shai working with you and dealing with you. And the best way to be tapped into that Spirit is reading and understanding His Word. Getting these breakdowns, praying, fasting, and things like that. So not to run this video on so much longer. It's only supposed to be a continuation of the last one. But I separated the two because Esau wanted to fuck around with the technology. So with that, Lord willing, brothers were edified. You know, stay in the Spirit, brothers. You know, don't take it as a big deal. Just deal with these infirmities like a soldier. Make yourself hard to the things of the flesh, to your weaknesses. Try to make them your strengths. You know, try to take care of your bodies as best you can. You know, use wisdom in every situation as best as you can. You know, call up brothers and you know, and talk to brothers and let brothers help build you up and build brothers up. You know. And with that, to the next video, say shalom.